Hi, in the words of a good friend of mine, frogs. Okay, going into it. So, The Abyss Part 1 did way better than I thought it was going to. So I'll definitely put more work into Part 2, but it's gonna take like a month. Oh, and I wanted to express my excitement for Duskers 2. Well, it's not called that. It's called, like, Humanity 2.0, but they announced it, and I can't believe they announced it. So I think they announced it. I might be dreaming. I might just be tweaking. If it wasn't a dream, Editing Darwin post footage to confirm that it was real, and insert me tweaking, I guess. It just says tweak if yes. I don't know what I was writing. I don't know what I was thinking when I was writing this. But anyways, with that being said, I wanted to talk about a theory I had on Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 that I haven't seen very many people touch on, at least not fully. So I'm deciding to delegate a bit of time and to make a video, and so that way totally not an excuse to post a video next week. That's totally just my friend playing for like 5 hours. You know, totally normal things. Normal things, right? Yeah. So with that being said, I'll hit you guys with the arbitrary spoiler warning.
So what's going on, guys? Today we're playing Poppy Playtime Chapter 4.
I'm sure you're aware, if you're here, anyways, that we finally got to see the long-awaited Dr. Harley Sawyer. And to say the least, his fight and his flatline, YouTube, were not very whelming. One would even say they were underwhelming, quite underwhelming. So what if I told you he's not dead, just hiding? What if I told you that this was all his sneaky way of getting away from the prototype and whatever Faustian deal he had made with such a monster? During the events of Chapter 4, the Doctor seems to be testing the player at every turn. He even, at one point, had us in a little room where he could test the sort of trolley puzzle on us, you know, where you could choose to spare a toy or flatline. Alternatively, you could use a grapple to escape with the vent, and he gives you 2 different voice lines. The first outcome is if you chose to plug the toy in, which causes its flatline. It will result in him saying the following: "So you do understand. Good. Come, now let's see which one of us beast of burden destiny favors, But British. It just says here on the script, I have no footage, so do your best. I'm sorry for anybody who made that cringe. I'm sorry. I know what I did. Please, it's my fault. Anyways, the second outcome is where you escape. He says the following: "Fine, have it your way. The Doctor will see you now, but British." Wait, we have footage on this. Why did I read that? You're the one who wrote the script. Well, as you can see, the line implies that he wants a way to confirm how the player sees the world. And if you see it just like him, his twisted worldview is quite similar to another character. Flowey from Undertale. Mob Entertainment is Toby Fox confirmed. This is the surface. I will not. No, I won't. Apologies for my outburst. As I was saying, he's clearly testing the player. Why? Simple. He wants to confirm that we're capable of doing what he wants us to do. He's clearly trying to run. He's afraid. From what, you may ask? The prototype. During his fight, he actually does say something quite interesting. I will say it here now. I am sorry. "I'll bury myself so far down that no one will ever find me. Not you, not the prototype, not anyone." But British. This shows that he's trying to get away, and adding the context that earlier in the chapter, he says, "You realize the futility of this, don't you? Meat rots, loses its function. It's as replaceable as anything else. You're accomplishing nothing." But British. Now, in our pop culture, this is played as a bluff. But what if he's not lying? Let's say he had already downloaded himself somewhere else, deeper into the facility, and he's using the player to cover his tracks so that the prototype doesn't go after him. And his last words allude to this, with him saying, "You've saved no one." But British. This would mean we didn't stop him. In fact, it means we helped him. We may see him again in the 5th chapter, maybe as an enemy, but possibly as an ally against the prototype. It's clear that he is, in fact, scared of the prototype, which is why I believe he faked his death, using us, the player, since it's clear if he wanted to, he could have just flatlined us at any time. In fact, he even grabbed us and tossed us in a hole instead of just killing us. He very easily could have. And considering he's probably been watching us since we entered the facility and even probably communicated with the real one of us from the ARG, you never know. I believe he tested us in order to gain some common ground with the player, which leads me to my next part of the theory. The player stands from Undertale. This is so clearly
To summarize the theory, the Doctor may be alive, and the idea is that the prototype and the Doctor were not working together, but rather the Doctor is afraid of the prototype, so he uses us, the players, to fake his death. Isn't that right, Darwin number 195? Don't you start on another Undertale rant. I only have so many of y'all. Darwin number 43, finish the recording. Yes, now.
Okay, is this thing working? What? We're already... Okay. Hi! By the way, I didn't record any of this B-roll footage myself. It was by my amazing friend, Jade. She's not here right now, but when I eventually convince her to start streaming and recording, I'll link to her channel below. But this will have to do for now, since she's just a tiny bean who I get to play horror games. Future me, insert clip of Jade being freaked out by Yarnaby.
That was bullshit! That was fucking...
Thank you. Also, I'll try to compile a bunch of stupid moments from the 4 hours of footage I have to go through for next week's video, because I found it really, really funny, so hopefully you guys do too. But to anybody who made it to the end of this, which certainly is probably going to be way shorter than 10 minutes, I want to say thank you. This is the end of the theory. It's just that the Doctor's alive and everything. So thank you for watching. If you liked it, give me a like. If you want, maybe you could subscribe. But that's up to you. Please, 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 please. I want to be at 100 by next month, which I don't know is good. It's not going to happen. But I can always beg. Well, I've been your host, Darwin the Bear. Whether it's creating, gaming, storytelling, or, I don't know, turtles? Yeah, you know what? Leave this in. Fuck it. Whenever I mess up on these kind of things, just leave it in. And also replace that F-bomb with with a sack of bombasmus. Whether it's big ideas, bold moves, or just good vibes, you're in the right place. Let's make it unforgettable. Goodbye. Oh, and remember, an apple a day keeps the horrific experiments from a crazy scientist who had no clue what he was doing away. Okay, goodbye. Hi, this is post-production Darwin, about 10 minutes from this thing going up. So I forgot to put it in, but the voice that you heard yelling at me to get back on stage, right, that's my good friend Shrub. I'll have her also linked in the description. God, I have to link so many people in the description. Okay, bye. I bet you thought the video was over, huh? Because the outro happened? No. You see, this video is about 4 minutes too short to do what I need it to. So we're going to go ahead and put all the bloopers at the end of the video right here. I'm just talking in order to pad out for time. Yeah! Hopefully, you know, the things get done. Wubba wubba wubba. It's just going to be bloopers from here on out. If you're done watching the video, feel free to keep going, do whatever. But yeah, thank you for joining. Cut all this out, the little segment of with that being said, I did want to have a little theory video about cut. This is gonna have to be cut, Darwin. If you didn't already put it up, put one up, put some music, you know, make it look nice. Or you could just leave this in because I'm a little goblin hand. And to say the least, his death and his fight, Dr. Harley Sawyer. So, I already read that cut. Alternatively, you could, you know, use a grapple to, like, escape. Pardon my weird voices. So you do understand. Good. Come now, let's see what of fuck. Don't put that in. So you do. No, I can't do his voice right now. Cut this. And with the scary, raspy man. He's a very Tumblr sexy man, if you know what I mean. Do your voice, then get annoyed and say, wait, we have footage, why am I reading this? You're the one who... I completely fumbled, so, post... fuck. Fine. Have it your way. The doctor will see you now. But British. So, and adding the context, this shows that he's trying to get away. You're not accomplishing anything. Fuck, I've messed that up. It says, Post Darwin, good luck with that. It's not my fault. It's gonna be 2 hours in the future, so anyway. And with his last words, they do lead to fuck. We didn't stop him. In fact, we probably helped him escape. Considering the fact that he's probably been watching us on the cameras and everything with the ARG, I'm willing to hamper to guess that he was probably planning this from the start. We may see him in the 5th chapter. Maybe as an enemy? Possibly. Very possibly. As an ally. It's... Oh, he's not lying. Yeah, sorry. I fucked this up a while ago. You can cuddle this, future Darwin. You saved. And his last words allude to this, with him saying, "You've saved no one." But British. We may see him again. Fuck, I already lost my track. Which is why I believe he faked his death. Using the player, us, since it's clear he wanted to... Fuck. Past Darwin, how could you write like this? I believe he tested us. Cut yourself out. This is Zay's part, or whoever. I'll figure somebody out now. By the way, I didn't record... Fuck. Hi! And, by the way, I did not record any of this B-roll footage myself. This was done by my amazing friend, Jade. She's not here right now, but when I do eventually convince her to start streaming and recording, I'll link to her channel in the thing below, the description. This will have to do... Since, you know... Fuck. I'll eventually... But when I eventually convince her to start... Fuck, I have to just do this part all over, huh? Oh, hi!